Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make this quick and easy simple chicken stew recipe. If you are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss a single recipe from me. All the measurements will be available for you in the description box below. So I'm starting off with my pot. I'm just going to add a little bit of oil. Then to that I'm going to add some onions which I've just finely chopped, and then I'm going to saute those until they are nice and translucent. So the beautiful thing about this recipe is it's a quicker way to make a tasty chicken stew, and you don't have to use a lot of ingredients, so it's so simple. So then I'm going to add some seasoning. So we want to activate our seasonings early on in the dish because we're not going to be cooking it for a prolonged period. I've just added some turmeric. Then I'm going to be adding some ground ginger. Then I'm going to go on ahead and add a little bit of some paprika. So the paprika here is just to intensify the color of our stew, just to give it a more deep red type of color setup. Then I'm going to be adding some curry powder. So I'm using medium curry powder, but you can use whichever type you have. Then I'm going to add a little bit of rosemary. Rosemary pairs really well with chicken, so I would highly recommend you do that. Then I'm just going to give that a quick mix, allow my spices to cook a little bit in my pan for about 2 minutes. Then we're going to add our chicken pieces. So I am just using some drumstick and thighs, but you're welcome to use any meat cut that you have on hand. So I'm just going to add those on top of my onion and spice mixture. I did also have some fresh thyme, so I'm going to add that and put that on top. I'm going to place a lid on, and I'm going to allow that to simmer for about 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes you can see that our meat has sort of steamed through, and what we're going to do is we're going to give it a quick mix just so that we can get all that oniony flavor evenly distributed on our chicken. Then I'm going to be adding my carrots at this stage. Like I said, we're not going to be cooking for very long, so we need to add our vegetables in early. So I've just added my carrots. Then I'm going to be adding some chicken stock. You can use the stock powder, you can use a stock cube, you can also use a stock pod, whichever one you have on hand. In the description box I will have both or all three of those listed, so you can use whichever one you've got on hand. Then I'm just going to add water. So with the water you need to make sure that you add enough water to cover all your chicken pieces, so you want the water to be right on top of your chicken pieces. Then I'm going to be adding my garlic flakes. Now I'm using dried garlic flakes. If you use fresh garlic flakes, I recommend that you put those in the beginning with the onions, but if you're using dried garlic flakes, I would recommend you put them in now, because if you do fry them they tend to burn really quickly. So in order for me to preserve that and also maintain the flavor, I'm adding them in now at the end. Okay, so I'm just going to give that a little bit of a mix and allow that to simmer for about another 15 minutes. After 15 minutes you can see that my stew has also darkened and richened up in color. I'm just going to add some freshly chopped coriander, and then I'm going to give that a mix just so that I can evenly distribute that in my pot. And you can see that when I'm mixing, I'm being very careful because I don't want my chicken to fall apart. The chicken cooks really quickly, so you need to be very careful when you are mixing it, just so that you don't have bits and pieces of the chicken in your chicken stew and then just have bones left because you mixed all your chicken off your bones. Okay, so then I'm going to thicken off my sauce. So I did allow it to simmer, it did reduce a bit, but I wanted to thicken the sauce. If you want less sauce, you will just allow it to reduce even further without mixing your chicken, because you don't want it to fall off the bone. So I've just added a little bit of flour, a mixture with a little bit of water to use as a thickener. If you're not comfortable with doing that, then I recommend that you use cream of chicken soup or cream of onion soup. That would work really well. At this stage I am removing the branches of the thyme that I used in the dish, just so that no one can be served that on their plate. And it's a quick and simple easy recipe. You can see I'm not doing much, I didn't add much, we also didn't cook for too long. The total cooking time is around 30 minutes with a prep time of about 5 minutes, so in total around 35 minutes to get the stew up and running. You can also season your stew up with a little bit of salt, because we didn't add salt anyway in the beginning, so you can taste your stew and then just taste if it's got enough salt, and then just top up your salt if needs be. And that is basically it. After I've added the salt, I let it simmer again for like 5 minutes just so that my flour can thicken up the sauce beautifully. And that is it for this video. If you are new here, like I said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss a single recipe from me. Comment in the comment section, like this video, and I will definitely see you guys next time. Bye.